That's right. It's happening again. Wait, I forgot to turn the light on. That's not good. I'll be right back. Okay, now we're back. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, Doom: The Dark Ages is on a loading screen. I guess it's loading in shaders or something wild. I don't know what the hell its software is doing. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Another Dark Ages mission. It's happening again. If the game will ever fucking load. What is this? I was just looking at a loading screen right now. Hopefully, might have to shut it down and hard start it or something, because it's not giving me anything right now. And I'm getting tagged in a bunch of shit. Oh my gosh. This game is still not loading. I'm hoping it's just loading in shaders or something wild like that. Can't wait for more frame drop slop. RTX frame drop slop. Fuck's sake. How long does it take this game to load in shaders? I would have had music going on. This stream is not sponsored by Trader Joe's Sparkling Water, but I might have an affiliation coming up with a certain energy drink brand. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll be an affiliate link, though, that I can spam you all with, that I can shove in your face. Oh my gosh, did it actually load? Dude, that game was loading for like fucking 5 minutes or something wild like that. Welcome to the stream. It is time for the next chapter of Doom: The Dark Ages. Let's do this. Alright, let's get into it. Chapter 3. Chapter 3.
Barrier core. The barrier core has been disabled.
Oh, that's destabilized. Oh man, we're gonna play for 45 minutes before the frame rate stabilizes. We get a mech! So silly. Alright, Hugo. All this entire game was made for this scene. This was Hugo Martin the entire time being like, bruh, the mech section's gonna make it. It's gonna be the best Doom ever because you get to drive a mech. Bro, it plays the same.
Established.
Make sure to like the stream. Alright, I am in a mech. It's pretty cool. I like the mech holder. They did a good job of... Oh. They did a good job of making it feel, like you're in a big old mech. I'll give them that. Hang on, guys. I'm going to check something in my details. Looks good. All right. I like these flags too. That's pretty cool. Time to get your battle tech on. Rip and tear with a Mac. Nah, this is a PC, brother. I don't think a Mac has an RTX card. Oh, you gotta dash through it. They did cook with these environments. Look at this. That's crazy. They really went all out on this game. Fuck, why did it have to have the Dark Ages prequel? There's our old friend. Can I just throw a combo punch? Powerful finisher. I can just step on him now. Oh look, here's our guy. To stomp. This is it. This is the iconic mech combat. What's up, Michael? Damn, this thing can take a beating. That's pretty cool. I fuck with that. Alright. What do we got here? Are those demon tanks? Demon tanks. Hugo said we have to have demon tanks. Are these our guys or their guys? Are these demons? Okay. They took a Doom game and they turned it into a war game. But it's a sci-fi war game. Yeah, this is fucking Warhammer 40k, dude. It's a cool ass game. If this game was called Warhammer 40k The Dark Ages, I'd be soy facing right now. I'd be soy jacking. Be like, oh, it's so cool. The fact that it's a Doom game is fucking killing me. Oh, this is cool. Yo, my core. Your dash just made me about to. Oh, cool.
Titan broke through. The energy relay is under attack.
If the core explodes, the city goes with it.
That's the fun part about starting a mech, stepping on your enemies. True. So you made a bunch of old. Oh, cool. How can I dodge through it? Made a bunch of old lives plot this morning. My phone has been pinging me a bunch today. Tell me you had new content up. Oh, did it do that? Oh, fuck. I wouldn't have done it if I knew it was going to ping people. Oh, I probably made a bunch of people mad with that. What the fuck they were thinking? Hang on, I gotta approve that. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking either. Damn, I wouldn't have. Yeah, so I'm changing things up. I'm gonna start allowing my lives to be public after I finish them, so people can go back and watch the VODs. Because I'm thinking about doing a Patreon, and I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out, but I think it's better for my channel if I make my VODs public. I don't know. I'm figuring it out, but yeah, I made some old lives public. Nobody wanted a prequel to 2016? No, nobody wanted a prequel to 2016. They just did this because, honestly, I don't know why they did this. What were they thinking? Wasn't a problem, just had me confused because I thought you might have started streaming early. No, not quite. Man, I wouldn't have done that if I knew it was going to notify people. Who got some help? I mean, look at the damage, though. Look at the amount of effort they put into making everything breakable. Can I not? Oh, there's Night Sentinels. Yeah, don't let Doom guy behind the wheel of a mech. Oh, that's cool. Chuck, good to see you there, pal. We're gonna do the Predator.
Support team. Deploy.
Oh, that's King Novik in a mech.
Incoming.
It's pretty dope that he be repping a mech. Is that my gun? Is that my shotgun? It is hysterical to think that anyone would build something like this. This is not the Doom I grew up with, but I would still love playing the game. It's cool. It's a great game. The end of the narrative with Doom Eternal DLC? Not really. They just... I mean, they ended it as much as any other Doom game ended the narrative. You know what I mean? This is on Nightmare, by the way. This is Nightmare gameplay. Sons of bitches, we're so upset. We're still not playing Halo. Oh my gosh, Sam, welcome back. We played Halo the other night. You weren't there for it. We did that, like, not last stream, but the stream before. We did that last Thursday. Doing your rounds. We're gonna do more Halo soon. They could bullshit a reason like Doom 64 to return to Mars. Maybe they should do that after getting this game. It doesn't have to be on Mars. Mars isn't what makes it feel like Doom or not Doom. It needs to be
The barrier is
twisted.
relay overloaded.
Doom the Dark Ages is cool. It's not twisted. Doom the Dark Ages is hell yeah, badass. It's not, oh shit, that demon just like eviscerated and got guts all over the place. The reason it's not like that is because that doesn't sell super well. Disgusting, depraved. Doom should be something that if someone saw you playing it, they feel uncomfortable around you. This is just cool. This is just cool badass. It's not gross. It needs to be gross and twisted and Doom. You're fighting demons. You're not fighting some other enemy faction with good reasons to care what they fight for. Demons aren't a military faction like lining up and taking shots and fighting for a cause they believe is righteous. They're just disgusting, horrific, awful, the worst evil, pure evil. They want to, the only thing that should give these creatures joy is to like rip your intestines out and hang you with them only for the pleasure of watching it happen. That's what's missing. It's cool, but it's not twisted. I don't feel like I'm fighting hell. I'm not fighting. This is not the forces of hell. This is some enemy faction from Warhammer 40k. That's the fucking problem. Because I gave up hope. Well, we played it, brother. We discussed what to play last stream. Yeah.
That core will explode. He needs to evacuate now.
You can't just
He's trying to
take a Warhammer 40k story and make it slightly gorier, which is already gory. It's not even gorier than 40k. You can't just make a 40k game and call it Doom.
Prepared for radar.
Why do demons from hell have tanks? wasn't even MCC, was it? No, it was Infinite. I don't have MCC downloaded. I don't have space for it, dude. That MCC is like 400. It's not. It's like 300 megabytes or something crazy. I still think it's hilarious that narrative matters at all for a Doom game. It's traditionally been like the 53rd on the priority list. Yeah. Like, narrative is important. Like, the narrative should matter. But tone matters a lot more. And a lot of people can mistake... Okay, look at this. Those are demon tanks. I never played... Halo Infinite is a decent game, dude. It plays just like Halo. I played on the exact Halo 3 Narrows map. The only difference between playing Halo Infinite on the Narrows map and Halo 3 on the Narrows map is you can throw fusion coils and slide. That's it. The demons have... These demons have blaster rifles. That is a military formation of tanks and military soldiers taking shots at me with their blaster rifles. That's the forces of hell. That's the horrible, disgusting, fearful demons from Doom 2016. This is a fucking joke, dude. Your game is great. Id Software, you did it. Your game is fucking awesome. Fantastic game. Mechanically plays great. Looks great. All of it's good. But you forgot to make it Doom. I don't know what to say. They're going to be like, but I'm not criticizing. There's nothing to criticize. It's a great game. You just made it the wrong fucking game. Awesome game. Nothing but praise. Why is it called Doom? It's really pissing me off because I don't know how to criticize it, because people will be like, yeah, but this, it's a great game. Yes, it is. Oh, you just don't want them to do anything different. They can do different things all they want, but it needs to be inaccessible. If you're not intentionally losing money by not appealing to certain people, then it's not a Doom game. Because in order to be a Doom game, it has to be gross. It has to be nasty. That's not nasty. You see that in a Call of Duty game, it's just bigger and more cartoonish. It needs to be that scene from Doom 2016 where you see a hologram of that Hell Knight, like, pick a dude up and slam him into a computer and drag his corpse across the ground, and blood is smearing across the ground as the lights flicker. It's twisted. It's horrific. This isn't that. This is just badass cool. It's so hard for me to talk about this game because it does everything well. It's just it forgot to be dark. That narrative, next Doom game has to go back to basics, make it like Doom 3 with modern graphics. You could say Doom guy lost his powers at the end of Ancient Gods. Him having powers is fun, I think, actually. He can still be cool. It can still be a power fantasy. But it needs to be, you can't keep trying to appeal to everybody. Then you never played Halo. Hard disagree. That's 343's Demon Baby. And I asked Doom Guy to deal with it as me. Dude, it's really... I love Halo. Halo Combat Evolved is one of the first games I ever played as a kid. It's been with me my whole life. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. But Halo Infinite, if you look at it objectively, plays fantastic. You might not like the story, but from a gameplay perspective, it's a great game. I do believe the whole Night Sentinel lore is way too much, and it's the main cause for this predicament. It was cool in 2016. It was testing my patience in Eternal. Yeah, and here, it's a different game. Like, Doom Eternal pushed it to the peak, the edge. It maxed out the bar of how much bullshit can we put in a Doom game before it stops feeling like Doom. But Doom Eternal had that Doom factor, and it really kicked into Necrovol. When you get to Necrovol, I remember when I was playing Doom Eternal, I was like waiting for it to become Doom. I was like, oh, cultic base. Okay, this feels kind of like Quake 2, but it's still cool. Oh, we're Taurus Nabad. Okay, cool, whatever. When we got to Necrovol, it's like the blood swamps, which was the DLC, but it's mentioned in the base game. The human beings must be tortured. Only when they've lost all hope can the energy be extracted, and you've got like corpses on the walls and torment and hell. I was like, oh, here it is. Here's Doom. They saved it for like the last act of the end of the last act of the game, but fuck, whatever. It's still here. That they had the lore planned out in Doom 2016. No, they didn't have the lore planned out in 2016. 2016 was like an accident. They didn't even mean to make that game, dude. 2016 was the result of making 42 games and realizing none of them felt like Doom. The thing that caused 2016 was the introspection to realize they had gone too far in a non-Doom direction. Which is, that introspection is what was missing from this game. they could have gotten away with this as a Quake game because Quake was not static. Quake has never really been all that much of anything. It's fun. I'm having a good time. Halo Combat Evolved is what made me buy the original Xbox in the first place. And that's a good reason to buy it, because Halo Combat Evolved is one of the greatest games of all time. I don't know if you've been watching my YouTube short series, but I have a new YouTube short series called Hall of Fame, Video Game Hall of Fame. Halo Combat Evolved was my first entry in that short series. It's going to get really Quake later, because this should have been a Quake game. Oh, fuck. I was looking at my phone. I didn't even... I still kind of think they will bridge to a Quake reimagining in a few years. They've said they're not going to do that, but that doesn't really mean anything. They might still do it. I just want to say, if this was a Quake reboot, people would be losing their shit over it. You play at an arcade with a giant gun thing? Yeah, it does. It's too... What? This is just cool. This is just badass. This is an action movie. The enemies also in 2016, they did look disgusting, especially the Mancubus. Same with some in Eternal. I wouldn't say all. Dark Ages, I watched the even the Mancubus, which looks similar to how it did in 2016, it's missing that factor, that disgusting feeling. I don't give a shit about this story at all, dude.
I did as you asked. Now please, let her soul be at peace.
Let her soul be at peace. What is this? Am I watching Lord of the Rings here? Look at that big ass head.
And the heart of Argent.
Is sealed in a chamber. I told you I.
Bought an Xbox because I'm a Dreamcast owner, and when Sega announced they were bringing a bunch of their games to Xbox, I bought the Xbox also. Dude, hell yeah. You can't go wrong with Xbox. Dude, some of my... I fucking love the original Xbox. It had so many interesting games. We'll do one more chapter, and then normally I only do one chapter a night, but I knocked that one out in 20 minutes, so we'll gun through this chapter and then I'll call it. Spectacle Shooter is the descriptive name. You mean for this? That's a good descriptive name for it.
A distress signal was sent. We've tried contacting them.
Might have to call the stream a bit early. I have a bunch of shit going on today, but I had to get some streaming in tonight. What are these Justice League villain cutscenes?
It is an artifact of immense power.
I wish I knew, Sam. Sam, I wish I knew, brother.
The Heart of Argent, discovered in AR-722, an artifact said to contain the soul of the last rain.
The devs said that people asked them to add more story. My question is, who are the people that asked for more story in a Doom game? Listen. The problem is not that they added more story. I promise you that's not the problem. People are going to say that's the problem. Because it feels like that's the problem, right? Because here's the thing. When you do something wrong, when you add something new and it's wrong, then a lot of people are going to think, oh, well, it would have been better if that thing hadn't been added. That's not necessarily true. The problem isn't that they added a story. The problem is that they added a fucking 1990s Saturday morning cartoon He-Man ass bullshit written for children story. The problem is not the story. The problem is the quality of the story. That I want to find who wrote this plot and shake them and be like, are you writing a Saturday morning cartoon for children? Okay, then what is this? This is fucking He-Man. This is a Saturday morning cartoon for children. It's not fucked up enough. Here's the problem. A 9-year-old could play this and be unfazed. That's not Doom. A Christian grandmother would see this and be like, oh, that's nice. You failed. And I'm a Christian. You failed. You have failed if that's the case, and that is the case. Look at this. This is, whoa, cool fantasy. I want to see gore. I want to see dudes being split open and like nailed to the wall, like mangled. This is not fighting hell. That's dragons. There's dragons. There's dragons in the sky. There are dragons in the sky. Those aren't demon dragons. They're just dragons. That is just a fucking dragon. You know what game had dragons? Quake had dragons. Quake was just a dark fantasy game. It wasn't fighting the forces of hell. This is not fucking Doom. Your problem isn't the story. It's the quality of your story. Saw a thing about the altars yesterday. Looks interesting. I saw a bunch of reviews for it on Steam. It does look pretty cool. What does it want me to do? Does it want me to... Okay, clearly it wants me to do that, but I don't really know what I'm missing here. This reminds me of the Diablo 3. If you don't feel like fighting hell in that one either. Yeah, it's because they're trying to maximize accessibility. Oh, the shield thrower. I forgot about that. Okay, what is it I have to... I think dragons can be cool in Doom if, like, as a boss in the game. They can't be dragons, though. Like, they can look like dragon. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. The Doom 3 Resurrection of Evil. You remember that thing? It's like Betruger's head, like a human head, like a demonic, like Malakota, Dante's Inferno thing. That is cool. It needs to look like that. It needs to look like Nightmare. What's the name of the difficulty for this game again? Oh yeah, Nightmare. It needs to be reprehensible, right? They need to be looking at the fucking, what's that Jewish book of mysticism? The evil one, the Kabbalah. They need to be like sifting. That's what Silent Hill did. Like 75% of the shit that's talked about in Silent Hill, they just ripped it from the Kabbalah. Just a book of mysticism. That's all it is. They should have just looked through that and been like, oh, this looks fucked up and weird. Let's put that in there. They read J.R.R. Tolkien's fucking Wholesome Chungus Desolation of Smaug, which it's actually, that's the movie. The Hobbit. They read The Hobbit and watched the Desolation of Smaug and said, dude, dragons are badass. Would have been not for Doom. I'm spurging out about this because the more I play this game, the more it pisses me off. No, they haven't. No demons have entered the facility. The enemy faction has, to make it more accessible. That is quite ironic. Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily that they remove. I don't think it was an and there's challenges. I don't even give a shit about that. It's not necessarily that they intentionally moved the Christian themes. It's that they just didn't want it to be. Ironically, it'd probably be easier to show this game in church than it would any of the others, just because it's less gruesome and disturbing, which is the problem. No, this doesn't count. You would see this on a fucking Iron Maiden album cover. a weapon that shoots chopped up bits of skull is really fucking cool. I am completely on board with that. But it doesn't take away from this game's lack of proper atmosphere. The only other game I'm really interested in right now is Dune Awakening. That's already out, isn't it? If I go play Doom 2 for 25 minutes, I will find more disturbing shit in that game, by the way. That's probably because John Romero is actually, like, fucking messed up in the head. I like reset to factory settings and start playing it like Doom 2016 for a second there. Forgot what I was playing. I'm kind of glad Bethesda didn't send me early review code for this, by the way, because this would be such a hard game for me to review, because I'd have to be like, is it a good game? Yes. Should you play it? Yes. Is it solid? Yes. Does it have flaws? Optimization? That's about it. Do I like it? No. Why don't I like it? Because it's not a Doom game. And then I'd have to spend 30 minutes of the video just defending my point. Dune Awakening sounds like it will be interesting to play in a few months when all the weird bugs are out and somehow less characterful at the same time. I'm not even a fan of the Dune universe, so I like I thought the second movie was kind of cool. You see that they are working on a remake of the OG Silent Hill. Any hope for that one? I have not played the Silent Hill 2 remake, but I thought it looked cool. So I'd say overall, yeah. Overall, I think I'm optimistic. Silent Hill 1 is my favorite of the Silent Hill games, so. Wait, what's it want me to do here? I have no idea what this game wants me to do right here.
I'm on board. I'll establish contact when we reach Eratum.
The demons, the forces of hell have starfighters, jet fighters. All of this shit was set. This was all the precedent set in the Ancient Gods Part 2, which is where the game really just jumped the fucking shark. Tone, atmosphere. Shit matters. User pad on the floor is indicating you need to uninstall the game from your Steam library and play Halo. Bro, I gotta admit, I respect the hell out of how much you love Halo. That is welcome here. I am a Halo fucking nerd. Love the books. Love the weird little movies they were doing, like Forward Unto Dawn. Even though you probably hate that because it was 343. I'm not a 343 hater. I thought Halo 5 was dog shit. But I thought Halo 4 was decent enough. Completely ruined the series. I'm not gonna argue that. Halo 4 was the fucking start of the downfall. But it's an enjoyable game. I actually like it. Just call them Chaos instead of Hell and Demons. Yeah, oh, we should call the Night Sentinels, the Imperium of Man. That's original. And it fits somehow. For some reason, that just seems like right. The Imperium of Man. Yeah, we'll call the demons Chaos, and, well, let's give the Doomslayer a name. Let's call him Drago. I forget what that character's name is, but he's basically the Doomslayer in 40K. Is Cancer? Nah, I don't agree with that. I think Halo Infinite has some of the best Halo multiplayer in the franchise, and I actually do enjoy Halo 4. I have no defense of 5. I thought the multiplayer was mediocre. Like, everybody says the Halo 5 multiplayer is, like, really good. I just don't agree. What's this? Oh. What am I doing up here? Getting gold. Still got hidden areas. That's what's up. What's that? Neat. Secret area. Collecting all that gold.
Occult energy detected.
Nah, no life sigil. The music is also not as good this time around. And I also blame the direction for that as well. I think finishing move is told, make it like medieval metal, like heavy metal, like Megadeth. And I think that they did their best to make something fitted to the game. But also reminiscent of the 2016 and Eternal. I blame the direction. I don't blame the composers. This is a Nightmare, by the way. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I really might play Doom 2016 on Nightmare just to show you the difference. Like, if you see Doom 2016 gameplay on Nightmare, you will understand a lot of the reasons why I'm mad. You will, I promise. Like, you're seeing this, you're like, this looks dope. It does, it is. It's dope. If you see Doom 2016 on Nightmare, if you watch me play that, you'll understand. It will speak for itself. It's really my fault for not playing it better because I control the buttons I press. The consequences of that viral tweet from id Software. Harry Slappa. Brutal when I first played. It is. Never got into Halo. First one gameplay like year, I didn't finish it, but felt generic to me. Yeah, but it wasn't generic when it released. It's generic because every other game after Halo Combat Evolved ripped off Halo Combat Evolved. That's like saying The Godfather feels like a generic mob movie. It's like, no, it's not generic because it's set the standard. It's like saying Metallica feels like generic metal music. The game and the music don't seem to sync with like the previous games. This whole debacle with McGord. Yeah, oh, I know all about it. Trust me. How bipolar the Halo fandom is. Outliers on one end, and that are all about the campaign. The opposite are all about the multiplayer. The people in between who do both. Well, that's the reason why it was such a fucking, like, it's honestly that's the reason why it made a lot of money. it managed to capture all of those crowds. And by doing that, it just hit that sweet spot where people loved the story, people loved the multiplayer, people loved the universe, the lore. Like, they just hit that sweet spot. It's like Star Wars did. Whenever you can hit that sweet spot of there's a little something for everyone without going out of your way to make it milquetoast so that it appeals to everyone, you found gold, man. Because that's the thing. Giving everybody a little something to like is not the same as making sure there's nothing that people won't like. That's such a big difference. Saying there's a little something for everyone to like is not the same as saying there's nothing here that people won't like. You cannot try to keep people from disliking aspects of your game. Same thing with this game. A lot of people probably are so refreshed by this direction. They're probably like, dude, I was getting really sick of the demon hell shit. This is a great direction for Doom to take. Like, there's a lot of people who are probably really satisfied by that. You cannot make your game trying to appeal to everybody. But also, if you can manage to make a game where a lot of people can be appealed to, you've really struck gold. They should have just given up and gone all in and just made the whole damn game a mech game. That would have made Hugo more happy. Campaign or multiplayer, 343 Industry killed the franchise. No fans argue campaign or multiplayer. I think they do. I mean, I know they do. Being in the Halo fandom, I used to have people tell me that Halo should be this and that for one or the other. I just got banned on MCC for being extra saucy, so I'm back, y'all. Well, that's one thing 343 has not done a very good job of handling. What's that? Impaler. Oh, neat. It's like that one gun from Dead Space 2. Wait a second. Did demons' attacks not hurt each other? Can you really not have infighting in a Doom game? I guess I just took it for granted that you could make the demons infight because it's a Doom game, and every Doom game ever has had that. Maybe it's just the green ones. There's no way that they made a Doom game that doesn't have infighting, right? No, I don't want to use a life sigil. I have friends who had hundreds of hours on Halo without ever getting through the first level of the campaign. At least one who had played every minute of the first 3 games without any multi. Yeah, me too. I had multiple friends of both. I had multiple friends who loved Halo's multiplayer, and I would talk about the campaign, and they'd be like, "What?" I'd like quote Sergeant Johnson or something. They'd be like, "What is that?" And I'd be like, "Dude, it's from the mission." I would just say a mission, and they'd be like, "Oh no, dude, I never played the campaign." I'd be like, "But you have like 600 hours in this game." Like, "Oh yeah, I just love the multiplayer." Who disciplined the demons? Who watches the Watchmen? That was bad. We're gonna cut that out. We're gonna cut that out of the VOD. By the way, I don't want you guys to think this game is hard. I'm just not really trying. Might have to call it there. I have to run to the grocery store before they close. We got through a mission and a half, I think. When a franchise or general IP starts to go wrong, it'll never get corrected because the IP alone will sell it, and money is the only thing that will gauge what fans want. Damn, Sam, that's profound, brother. I think you should screen cap that. I said that was yeah, that was Nightmare. Dude, if I wasn't streaming, I would have beaten this game in like 2 sessions. And the only reason it would have been 2 instead of 1 is I would have gotten bored. I've heard it gets way fucking harder later, but these first few missions have been... I'll tell you what, I'm going to install Doom 2016, okay? I'm going to install that tomorrow. Because you guys know I'm streaming tomorrow. I stream every Thursday, or I try to. So I'm streaming tomorrow, right? It's a chat stream. So we'll probably do about an hour and a half of just chatting. But then, tomorrow night, for the last 30 or so minutes, we're going to play some Doom 2016 on Nightmare. And you're going to watch with your own eyes the difference in speed, pace, intensity, difficulty. And it will speak for itself. I promise. I promise. Tune back in tomorrow night at 7 and you will fucking see. Install MCC. Okay, I don't have room for it. It's like 300 gigabytes, man. Look, be patient with me. Let me finish up a couple of these videos, Sam, so that I can uninstall them and be done with them, and I will install MCC. I promise. I don't know when. Give me a couple of months, but I will do a long MCC stream, like a couple of hours, and I'll be happy to. I love Halo. But Sam, really, you should screen cap that franchise quote, because that's profound AF. I think there are a lot of IPs that have taken a break and reset. Maybe not so many gaming IPs. They only reset whenever they stop making money. Why are demons so slow? Like only the Hell Knights really move? Because the game fucking stand and fight, I guess. There were a lot of people who felt Doom 3 killed the Doom IP. Yeah, but Doom 3 performed really well, and I would say the general consensus was people liked it. Look, I'm gonna be honest, and this might be a hot take, but I was a bit on the younger side when Doom 3 came out. I'll grant that. I'm turning 30 this year, so I was on the younger side. But here's what I will tell you. I didn't start experiencing anti-Doom 3 rhetoric until a lot later. Like, I would say 2008 is when I started seeing more people be like, Doom 3 was too hard, too this, too that. When Doom 3 first came out, I think most people were just fucking shocked at how impressive it was. Visually, mechanically, I think most people were just shocked. This is not a popular opinion, but I think Doom 3 is every bit as good as Half-Life 2. That is not a popular opinion. I think a lot of people would not love me saying that, but I mean it. I think Doom 3 is every bit as good as Half-Life 2. I said it. Half-Life 2 is one of the greatest games ever made. But it's got its downsides. I was selling computers at the time. I could have fueled a small city on Nerd Rage if only I knew how to harness it. Doom 3, really? For Doom 3? You had a lot of people who hated Doom 3 at the time? That's crazy, dude. You know, I do have to come clean about something. I'm a Doom 3 fan. I love Doom 3. Doom 3 is one of my favorites. I do think it was a little too far in the horror direction. I'll grant that. But Doom 3 is a lot like Doom the Dark Ages. People have been comparing the two as like the divisive third entry. I think it's pretty accurate. It was a little too far. Doom 2016 reined it back in to where it needed to be. Doom, both of the games just called Doom, ironically, are the two best of the franchise. Doom and Doom 2016. Doom 1993, Doom 2016. Doom 2, i.e. Doom 2, Doom Eternal, fucking baller. Pushed it to the next limit. Doom 3, Dark Ages, what are we doing? Although I would take Doom 3 over Dark Ages so far. I need to beat it. We'll see. Lots of people saying it should have been a separate IP, not in the Doom universe. Just my experience, no stats to back it up. I mean, that's what I'm saying about the Dark Ages, but I think Doom 3 is way closer to the original vision than Dark Ages. Doom 3 had the UAC, it had Mars base, it had all the same guns, it had all the same enemy types, it had everything. The only difference between Doom 1 and 2 and Doom 3 is Doom 3 tried to be scary. It had some jump scares and a flashlight that was admittedly annoying in a Doom game. That was it. Enjoyed Doom 3 and the DLCs that came with it. Yeah, I think Doom 3 is great. I don't think I vaguely remember that I bought the BFG edition back in, what was that, 2011, 2012, 2010, something like that. And I played through a couple of the Lost missions, and I thought they were, like, mediocre. That'd be good for a video sometime. Although I distinctly have the Doom franchise on my list of I have no plans to make videos on these games, because I can't help but spurg out about it with unpopular opinions. So I can't really don't plan on seeing Doom videos from me because I can't really be impartial. Has at least has the fast-paced shooter with no reloading, so I think Dark Age is more similar. That's it, though. That's it. That's the only similarity. Doom 3 and Doom 1 are more alike in every way except Dark Ages is slightly faster and you don't reload. That's literally it. That's the beginning of the reloading mechanic is really it, honestly, because Doom 3, when you have a couple of bigger, more open areas in Doom 3, it moves it does not move as fast, but no fucking modern game moves as fast. Doom Eternal moves as fast as the original. Doom Eternal plays more like the OG 1993 Doom than this one. Enjoy the fact that the Lost DLC they brought back the double barrel shotgun. That was brought back in the Resurrection of Evil DLC. That wasn't... I mean, I think it is in that DLC, but it was in the... That's the core of the game, go. The core of Doom 1993 is fast movement and no reloading. That's also the core of Quake. That's also the core of Blood. That's also the core of Duke Nukem 3D. That's also the core of Wolfenstein 3D. That's not a facet of Doom gameplay. That's a product of shooters at the time. That's like saying Call of Duty, the original Call of Duty, is similar to Halo Combat Evolved because they both feature reload mechanics and 2-weapon limits. That's not a fair comparison. You can't, because then every shooter is just like another shooter. You just end up boiling it down to all shooters pre the year 2000 play like Doom, which they do. They were Doom clones. They were called Doom clones. But you can't say the Dark Ages is more similar. Good point, I admit. I'm sorry, I just like Doom 3. You dislike Doom 3. That's fair, actually. I think that's a much better point. I don't like horror games. That's a much, much better point. I was talking to your favorite son earlier today as we played Resident Evil 6, right? Resident Evil 6 is a terrible game. Awful game. I love it. I love Resident Evil 6. Awful game. And I was trying to tell... He was listening. He agreed, but I basically told him, games don't have to be good for you to like them. You're allowed to like bad games. On the flip side of that, you're allowed to dislike good games. I dislike a lot of good games. I tried to get into Dark Souls on 3 separate occasions, and I didn't like it. I thought it was great. Thought it was super good. Everything about it was intense. I immediately recognized the appeal of the gameplay loop. I didn't enjoy it. That's it. I don't think it's a bad game, you know what I'm saying? Another example is Skyrim. I tried really hard to get into Skyrim, guys. I love Fallout New Vegas. I liked Fallout 3. I liked Oblivion. I tried so hard to get into Skyrim. I probably put 40 or 50 hours into that game because all of my friends loved it. They were always telling me about all these cool adventures. I kept trying. I would pour hours. I'd play it for like 3 or 4 hours. I would play it for weeks at a time, and I would not enjoy any of it. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it has flaws, but sometimes we just don't like games. If you don't like horror games, then you're not going to like Doom 3. It is definitely a horror game. And that's okay. Just because a game is good, objectively, does not... it does not entitle it to your liking it. You are not obligated to like a game because it's high quality. And I die on that hill. I get really tired of people being like, dude, it's so good. I'm like, I know it's good. I can see that it's good. I don't have to like it. On reflection, I really like the spectacle shooter. I hope I haven't stolen it from someone else. Assuming I haven't, could you make that term popular, Evan? I can't even make myself popular, brother. I'm trying. But I will shout you out if I ever use the term spectacle shooter in a video. I'm thinking about doing a video review on Call of Duty Black Ops 7. That's probably going to be a spectacle shooter. So if I use that term, I'll credit you, Mike. Dark Souls took me to enjoy till when Elden Ring came out. Now I get them. I've toyed a lot with the idea of doing a video, like a live stream where I play all the Dark Souls games for the first time so people can watch me try to get into them. Because I really only played like a couple hours of Dark Souls. I played up to the first Moth boss in Dark Souls, and I was so fucking bored. I hated it. But I think that playing all of the Dark Souls games on live stream would get a lot... For the first time. It'd be like playing Dark Souls for the first time. I think that pitch would bring a lot of people into the live stream. So, that's on my backlog. That's on my to-do list, but I have some other shit I gotta do in the meantime. Gotta get through Doom the Dark Ages. Fellas, I think I've filled your brains with brain rot enough for one night spurging about Doom. Always remember, it's not that deep. Just lift some weights and call it a day. I have to go run some errands, do some grocery stuff. I have a meeting with someone. I am live streaming tomorrow night, obviously, unless something crazy happens, obviously. But I'm live streaming. Should be around the same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be doing a Just Chatting stream like I do most Thursdays, talking about gaming news, talking about Marathon being delayed indefinitely. I'll probably talk a little bit about Doom, how I'm liking it so far. I went and saw Karate Kid Legends today. I'll probably talk about that tomorrow as well. And I'll probably play Doom 2016 for like 30 minutes on stream, just so you guys can see. So make sure you show up tomorrow night for the Just Chatting stream. We're going to play some Doom 2016. Thank you guys for tuning in. Much love. Sorry it was a shorter one tonight. I have a lot to do. But I wanted to touch base, play some video games.